Winter County champions are crowned. Highlights on high school sports scene. Hi and welcome to this edition of High School Sports Scene. I'm Colin Parts. The County Basketball Championships saw the defending champs take on new challengers.
The Milford Mill girls basketball team took their home court in defense of their county championship against the Newtown Titans. The Titans struck first as Destiny Taylor-Betts drives the baseline for two. But it was clear the Millers were ready to play from the opening tip-off. Kiara Maury drives the opposite baseline for a score. Then Kelly Smoot grabs a rebound and goes the distance. The Millers steal an inbound pass and feed Maury again. Deja McKenzie converts a steal into 2 points. And then Gina Booker does the same as Milford jumped out to a 10-4 lead and the Titans tried to regain their composure. Newtown fought back. Michonne Conyers grabs a rebound and kicks it outside the arc for Cindy Hines, who drains the three. Moments later, a rebound comes out to Hines and she knocks down another three as Newtown closed the gap to one at the end of the first. But Milford Mill clamped down on defense and put the hammer down in the second quarter with a 22-0 run that put the game out of reach. The Millers were led by guard Kiara Maury, who finished with 31 points on the night. Final score, Milford Mill 76, Newtown 33, and the Millers earned their second consecutive county championship.
With what has become a familiar sight at the Boys Basketball County Championship, the Milford Mill Millers were looking for their 5th straight title, but the Newtown Titans were looking to break that winning streak. From the opening tip, the Titans came out fast with a quick bucket by senior Justin Brown. Then junior point guard Daniel Shand cuts through the defense with a nice dish to junior Juwan Dorsey for a quick 4-point lead. But the Millers were ready with a 3-pointer by senior Bruce Watkins. Then senior Derek Lee receives a pass and knocks down a 3 from the corner. Then Daniel Shand breaks down the defense and dishes to Justin Brown for the easy score. The Millers went on a 7-0 run with a 3-pointer by Bruce Watkins, making the halftime score Milford 39 and Newtown 32. After halftime, sophomore Justin Jennifer gets into the action with a nice rainbow jump shot. Once again, Danielle Shand drives to the middle, passes back to Keith Wainwright, and he drives to the cup and makes a shifty layup. The Titans tried to make a run when Daniel makes a pass to Justin, who explodes to the cup with a jam, who ended up scoring 29 points on the night. Then the Millers get going again with the drive by who else but Bruce Watkins, who finished with 16 points. Then senior Devontae Williams shoots a 3 from the corner, which puts the Titans down by 9. The Titans never quit, with a 3 by Damian Hamler. But in the end, Milford never blinked when Justin Jennifer, who finished with 15 points, makes a dish to Ellen Costley for the jam, who had 15 points on the night. It was a good game, but Milford was just too much. With their 5th straight Baltimore County Championship, by the score of 70-62.
Over 2 days at Franklin High, the county's wrestlers met to see who was the best. Here are the results. Now it's time to meet this month's outstanding student athletes. First, let's meet this month's outstanding male student athlete.
Shawn Magginson's football career started with encouragement from his family.
My family was a big football fan, so my cousin was like, just play football, come play for Randallstown Panthers. If you just come, I bet you'll love it and all that. I said, all right, so I gave it a try and I liked it, so I just kept finishing down. Right now, that's my passion.
As the Titans quarterback, Shawn led his team to the state championship game.
That was a great experience, even though we came short of winning. It was a great experience because this was the first year ever for Newtown making it to a state championship.
While football is his main sport, Shawn has also played 4 years for the Titans basketball program.
The hardest part of playing basketball is being able to play against like people that have been playing all their life, and that has a big passion for basketball. When I have like, my passion is a different sport.
He's the kind of kid, he really wants to learn. He's absorbing everything, every little thing, every detail that you tell him. He's just been a pleasure to coach.
Coming off the bench, Shawn gives his team a lift.
He just doesn't quit. You know, he's not a quitter. You know, he's going to keep doing it until he can produce, until we can get some positive results. And that's the reason why he gets major minutes off my bench, because it's somebody that I can go to. He is really a go-to guy, and that's the way we treat him.
I can get physical. I can do, like my coach said, I can do the dirty work. I can scratch, which means like getting rebounds, boxing out and just playing hard.
As one of the captains on the basketball team, Shawn has earned respect.
He works harder, like for practice he lead us in all-out drills and all that. And he just tell us everything we had to do, and he's just doing it better.
Oh, he's the ultimate leader. He's the ultimate leader. At times, I've approached him about being a little bit more vocal, but that's not his style. His style is to be somewhere on the quiet tip, but yet deliberate, so they get the message.
In addition to managing 3 sports, Shawn is a member of the National Honor Society and president of the varsity club at Newtown.
It's hard balancing everything. Now that like it's my senior year, got to start applying for colleges, scholarships, and all this. Kind of hard, but it's just like I put everything first. I put the first things I got to do first in front of me instead of procrastinating. Like make sure when I get home I do my homework.
He stands out for athletics, and he's really excellent student for us the academics.
As his high school athletic career winds down, Shawn has his sight on the future.
I like to work with athletics, like be an athletic trainer, work with sports medicine, where if sports don't work out for me, I'm still involved in something with sports related. So like if athletic trainer, sports doctor.
But Shawn has definitely left his mark on Newtown sports.
He's just been a pleasure to coach. He's one of my favorites. I've been doing this for quite a while, and he's definitely high on that list as one of my favorites of all time.
Now, Daniel Oyafusi with the story on our outstanding female student athlete.
Sydney Hines is a sophomore guard at Newtown High School. She began playing basketball a few years ago.
There was a flyer in Newtown Elementary School, and they gave it to me, and I went back to my dad, and he said it was a good idea if I played AAU basketball.
After years of AAU ball, she joined her high school team.
High school basketball is way more intense. Like AAU, I mean, you play and you go to showcases and still, perform for college coaches, but for high school, it's just way more intense, like the workouts, different games, and you get to just showcase yourself in the area.
She made an immediate impact on her teammates.
When I first saw her playing basketball, I remember she was playing on a Grizzlies team, and she could handle the ball well, she could shoot well, and she was just a good all-around player.
Starting on varsity as a freshman, Sydney was not intimidated of working with other players.
I just felt that I needed to fit in, with the team and make sure that all of us, play as a team to get the wins and get to our goal, which was regionals and states, even though we didn't go.
This year, Sydney is one of 3 captains for the Titans.
She's very quick. She has great determination, and she practiced very hard. So with all of those things, she's a very good player as well as a very good leader on the court.
She handles it pretty good as a sophomore. She knows how to, as I said, lift people up, and she's very encouraging instead of being discouraging. Even if there's older people on the team, she even helps them instead of being scared to talk. She's a very outspoken person.
I feel like it's great because now that I always looked up to other teammates, that people can look up to me too.
Sydney's hard work in school has also been recognized.
Right now, I believe she is 5th in her class, and she's also one of the best girl guards in the county. So in that aspect, she's really the best of what she's doing.
The most difficult part about playing basketball is balancing out your schoolwork. You have different times you have for practice, and then you have late games, and then you have to all balance out your school time with how much you practice and play.
She knows how to manage her time better. She knows how to manage school and sports. She makes smarter decisions as what to do and what not to do outside of school. And she's just a good person.
Just halfway through her high school career, Sydney continues to improve.
Sydney, she shoots a lot better. She makes smarter decisions, passing-wise, and she takes smarter shots. She also, her ball handling has gotten a lot better, and she's just a better all-around player.
I like the feeling you get when you get onto the court and how much hard work and dedication you can put into it, and you can see the results when you're playing.
Sydney realizes that playing basketball has helped her in many ways off the court.
It's benefited because it's just putting me on the right path, making sure my schoolwork is all together and making me more focused and dedicated as a person.
It's evident that Sydney portrays the skills to be a great leader one day. We wish her the best of luck throughout the rest of her season and high school experience. For High School Sports Scene, I'm Daniel Oyafusi.
Congratulations to Shawn and Sydney. To honor their selection as this month's Outstanding Student Athletes, each will receive an award provided by Allogram Incorporated in Timony. Randy Dace is next with Coach's Corner. We'll be back in 2 weeks with another edition of High School Sports Scene. We hope you'll join us then. I'm Colin Parts. Thanks for watching.
Hi, I'm Randy Dace, and welcome to Coach's Corner. My guests today are Adam Hittner, the indoor track coach at Pikesville High School, and two of his top performers, Maury, Sall and Pollard. Gentlemen, welcome to high school sports scene. And Coach, the first thing is congratulations to you and your two athletes here. Pikesville won the 1A State Indoor Track Championship about a week and a half ago. And is that the first time ever, Coach?
Yes, that's the first championship, state championship in school history.
And that's got to be a great feeling, gentlemen. What event did you perform in there?
I placed first in the 500, the 800. I placed second in the 300 and ran the anchor leg for the 4x4.
And Coach, that's a pretty busy day for one athlete, isn't it?
Yeah, there's only 10 events on the track, and when he's in 4 of them, there's not a whole lot of recovery time available.
What time span did you run all those events within?
The first two there's probably 45 minutes in between, and then the last two, maybe 25, 30 minutes.
Now a lot of our viewers probably don't understand. When you say 500, how many times around that track?
It's 2.5 laps.
And what's 300 then?
About 1.5.
Okay, so you're a pretty busy guy. Now, Andre, your event was sort of interesting. Tell us what you did in the events to win that state for Pikesville.
I placed first in pole vault and set the new 1A state record for 13.6. The record previously was 13.1, so felt a little happy about that.
That's pretty cool. And Coach, we're talking pole vaulting. Back in the 60s when I was in junior high school, we used a metal pole. What do we use nowadays for pole vaulting?
A combination, most people use a standard fiberglass pole. Andre has some of those, and he also uses a carbon pole, which is like a composite that he uses for, especially with the higher heights that he's been getting to lately, been moving up to those.
And you went up 13.6, you said?
Yes.
It's pretty good. Now, there's a little story behind this, right, Coach? He did not have a chance to really pole vault all year because he had broken wrists. And when did you first start the pole vault?
I say about a week before regionals. I got on the pole one time before regionals.
And you went out and set a state record. Now, Coach, tell me a little bit how you found Andre, because he's a basketball player for 3 years, right, at Pikesville?
Yes, Andre played basketball his first 3 years and always came out and ran outdoor track in the spring. And it was a work in progress as he was having more and more success in outdoor track, really finding his home in the pole vault, and he hurdled and he ran, and he's done most all of the events at some point in those 4 years. And we were really working him to come out and join the indoor team. I thought we were going to get him last year for his junior year, but he decided to go and play basketball again. And then this year, after he won the state championship in pole vault in the outdoor season, we were able to convince him, look, your future is in track and field, potential scholarship money, college opportunities. It would be great for you to continue that with indoor track and hopefully, take you to an even higher level. And he eventually agreed.
Andre, did you miss the Friday night basketball games?
I missed it. I went to every home game that we had, so kind of felt a little frustrated, stayed away from people. So I was really in the zone in the basketball games, but I don't regret it at all.
I'm a basketball guy, and I know those Friday nights are pretty special, but if you can win a state title and have great success, you made a great decision. Now, Maury, you're a 3-sport track man, right? Yeah. Cross country, indoor track, outdoor track. You have a preference to one of those seasons?
Definitely outdoor track because it's the warmest and it's the shortest distance.
Okay. What do you do in the outdoor track?
I do the 400 and probably 200 this year.
Okay. Well, let's talk about those practices, Coach. Do you practice indoors and indoor track, or do you practice outdoors, and how tough is it if you're outdoors?
I like to use the term winter track. Winter track. We don't spend much time indoors, actually. This season we had some good luck with the weather for the most part, and we didn't have a single day where we went inside. We were outside all winter long. We out in the snow on occasion. We had a few practices over the winter break. The day after Christmas, it was snowing pretty hard. We took some interesting pictures and videos of the workout that day that will provide lasting memories for these athletes for the rest of their lives.
Now, just like Maury, you're a 3-sport coach, right?
Yes.
Cross country, indoor and outdoor track.
Yes, sir.
And I know you're a phys ed teacher at Pikesville, and I can just feel the energy you have about the sport. And why is it our track guys, cross country guys, they have a special energy that I always can pick up on? Why is that, Coach?
I would say that they have this energy because in order to be out there and do the kind of work that these guys do, you have to you have to be energetic, you know, you have to be outgoing, and you have to, you know, be really just like have an aggressive mentality and be ready to work. And we sort of pick up on that. Like, I know that in time I recruited both of these gentlemen out of my phys ed classes because I thought that they had the right mentality, that they could be good runners, etc., like jumpers, pole vaulters, and whatever that might be. And I think that, like you're saying, like you can sort of feel that energy on me. Well, I was able to see it on them when they were in 9th grade.
You use the word recruitment, and I know, you know, in the wintertime you have wrestling and you also have basketball, but to get somebody to come out, girls and boys, to run around the track in 30-degree weather, and I know you go down to PG County and in the also down, where's the other, I can't think of the other place you go to a lot too.
Well, we're down at the Armory.
Yeah, down at the Armory.
Also.
Those are long nights, right?
Yes.
So do you bring a lot of those players out of, or I should say runners out of your phys ed program?
I do try very hard to recruit people out of my phys ed classes, but for the most part, the trick to like the success of getting people in, and it worked on both of these gentlemen, is I get them out for outdoor track. When the weather's a little nicer, the meets are a little shorter, it works out a lot better. Then they really sort of like, man, this is great. Okay, you should try indoor track next year to lead you into outdoor track. And that worked with Maury. He started doing indoor as a sophomore, and Andre stuck with basketball. And then after Maury's sophomore year, it's like, well, you know, you've been playing soccer. How about this cross-country thing? And all of a sudden, you know, we're adding to the program, and now this year he's going to add summer track. So all of a sudden he went from a one-season guy as a freshman to, as a senior, he'll run year-round. And Andre, as I said, we know we've recruited slowly and steadily from outdoor track and added the indoor track to go with that.
Now, Maury, let me ask you, is there such a term as burnout in terms of too much running for you? Because I know, as you said, coaches said you're going to be doing it year-round. I like ice cream, but I don't like it 7 days a week. How about running?
I don't think there's really a burnout. I mean, we don't work out every single day. We take it lighter on certain days and then hard the next day. So it gives us our legs time to recover.
What do you do on the weekend? Do you run it all on the weekends?
Yeah, I normally work out on Saturday and then recover Sunday, and then we work out again on Monday.
How about, do you go to the weights too?
Occasionally, yeah.
Okay. Now let me ask you about your dietary measures. Before a track meet, tell me a little about dietary, because you told me the events that you ran in the state tournament, and you can't do that on some French fries and a burger, can you?
I stay healthy all the time, but near the track meets, I usually eat a lot of vegetables, fruits, and a lot of spaghetti.
Now, Andre, how about you? What's your dietary measures as a pole vaulter?
Well, the day before, I build up on a lot of pasta. So a lot of pasta, a lot of vegetables. And the day of the track meet, I like eating like bagels. And I might eat something that has a little meat in it, but not that much. So that's about it.
Are you superstitious at all for a meet?
Oh yeah, because really? I think it was my freshman year, had a cheeseburger before I ran, and worse I did because he put me in a 4x4, so I felt horrible after that, and I had 3 more events left, so just felt, I learned my lesson though, so healthy foods is the best.
That's the best. Maury, are you superstitious at all?
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
give me a little, what happens before a meet?
My parents know if it's the day before a meet, definitely pasta, and then I take pasta for lunch of the day.
Okay. Now I want to come back to Andre for a moment. Pole vaulting, and Coach, I had a young lady. I think she's from Delaney a couple years ago on here, and she was a small girl, and she was talking about in outdoor track pole vaulting. Now you don't have any problem indoors, right? But outdoor, is the wind really a factor, Andre?
If it's too windy and if it's going the wrong direction, don't go.
Don't go.
Because the wind will push you back.
Okay. I never thought about that, Coach. So it's a real difference, huh, if it's a windy day?
Well, it absolutely can, because the better you get at pole vault, the more of a problem it becomes. So when you're just a mediocre or a novice or just learning the event, like, okay, you'll be fine. But for Andre's case, he's going 13 feet in the air, in the spring, hopefully 14, 15 feet up there. You know, you're going to catch a lot of wind up there, and if you're, you know, when you're trying to do everything just right, you know, you're talking about like clearing the bar, maybe even brushing the bar as you're coming down. You know, you want to do everything just perfectly. That wind could really definitely throw you off.
Now, Andre, you just finished 4 years of football at Pikesville, and this year you ran indoor track, and then you'll have outdoor track. Is there one season that you're really partial to, or do you look to play football or get involved in track when you go to college as a senior? In
college, I'm really pushing track right now. I'm thinking about playing football, but track is my ticket. I really want to get better at track.
And Coach, you're the expert. Do they both have that potential for the college?
Absolutely, absolutely. We've talked to several coaches on behalf of Andre recently, especially about his potential as a pole vaulter or a decathlete at the next level in college, and a lot of schools are looking forward to that. And then for Maury, we've already communicated with some of the more major track schools in the country about his potential. They're very excited, and we're looking forward to see what he can do, continuing with his junior year as he gets ready and then goes into his senior year. And really, both absolutely have potential and should be Division I scholarship athletes.
Well, gentlemen, it's been a pleasure talking with you today, and congratulations to both of you for an outstanding season. And winning a state championship is a special moment, and you'll realize about 5-10 years from now when you look back on it. And Coach, congratulations for your dedication and love and energy for the sport, and I wish you luck in future decades as you continue and coach at Pikesville.
All right, well, thank you very much.
For High School Sports Scene, I'm Randy Dace. Thanks for watching. See you next time.